Ladies and gentlemen, the Patriot of the Year Award for 2011 is presented to Rear Admiral J.L. Doc Abbott, Jr. in recognition of his 35 years of service as a naval officer, his founding role in forming the Mobile Bay Area Veterans Day Commission, and his service to the Commission, the community, military personnel, and veterans in the 26 years since establishment of the Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the Patriot of the Year.
Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, last night Dave said something to me and he said it again today. He said, "You're expected to make a few remarks." And I said, "Well, what do you want me to talk about?" And Dave said, "It doesn't make a bit of difference what you talk about, just keep it mercifully short." So I'll try, but I'm quite determined to explain to you the fact that you are here under the aegis of the Mobile Bay Area Veterans Day Commission. And I am the only man alive that knows exactly how that came about. So I'm going to tell you. A guy in Birmingham named Jack Richards called me up and he said, "Doc, you guys down there in Mobile have got to get off your butts and do something about Veterans Day." He says, "Birmingham is so far ahead of you, it's not even funny." So I had a little group that I worked with in those days and we talked about it and we agreed. And we had quite a few meetings. We came up with the idea of a commission to run it. And then why was it called Mobile Bay Area? Don't you see, that gets Baldwin County into the game. That was the reason for that. And then we decided that if it was going to be a commission, it would need to have some pretty big shot in the community to head it up. And we had a committee of two, Bill Stewart and I. We first called on Bill Herring. I know a lot of you remember Bill. He was then the active publisher. He was not a figurehead. He was the active publisher of the paper. Bill and I called on him and told him we wanted him to be chairman of the board. And he begged off and said he had too much on his plate, suggested we go see Jack Edwards. Jack had just completed his service in the House and was practicing law. So he bought us a cup of coffee and also said he had too much on his plate. And he in turn suggested we go see Arthur Outlaw, who had just been elected mayor. So Bill Stewart and I got busy and went by to see Arthur Outlaw. And by God, Arthur said he would do it. And Sam, that's how it is you're in the job, because it was written up then that the mayor would in fact be the chairman of the board of the Mobile Bay Area Veterans Day Commission. Now, the other guys in the group that I worked with, and by the way, the group's name was SORB, and that meant Same Old Rotten Bunch. And I want to tell you, it was Bill Stewart, the late Rear Admiral Bill Stewart, that came up with that name. And then the idea of a Patriot of the Year, that came from Major General Bill Fleming, U.S. Marine Corps. Bill told us one day that he thought about Patrick Henry the night before, and he thought we ought to have something in the gimmick that would be the Patriot of the Year. And that's how it came about. And the other members We had 5. We had Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. Herb Lockett was an Army guy. Herb was the only one that wasn't a flag or general officer, but I'm going to tell you something. Herb could out-wrestle any 3 generals in the world. And I, of course, was a Navy guy. The Air Force guy was Johnny Dias. Johnny was a B-51 driver and a damn good one. The Marine was Bill Fleming, also a naval aviator. And our baby, really the youngest one, was Bill Stewart. He was still on active duty when we started working on this. But unfortunately, of those 5, I'm the only one that's still vertical and ventilated. So I felt like I better tell you, and now you know how it happened. And I must say this at the party. I got a tight schedule. From here, I got to go on over to the battleship where we got 104th graders with their papers. So unfortunately, although I'd like to stand around here and tell sea stories and shake hands, I can't do it. I got to bug out of here and head for Battleship Park. And thank all of you very much for coming.
I think I can speak for everyone by saying we're